Katie, how you doing? You're taking chances, and that's good. That's fantastic. I love it. I love the direction. I think that the way that you've described things is really interesting. I'm going to be honest to you with you. When I first read that you wanted to add this origami design, I was like, oh no, you're going to compromise your branding. But then I looked at it and I thought to myself, this was smart because you're not introducing anything new. What you're doing is you're taking some visual elements that are already here and then reusing them. That's smart, Katie. That's smart. I think it's a great idea. I'm so glad you didn't introduce something new to try to embellish the visual attributes of the piece right now, because that would be compromising your branding. You can't add something new when the branding package is finished. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay, so we do have a couple of issues here I want to address. So I think that this is interesting. I think that right now I would reduce the opacity madly here, because when this prints, it's just going to be too open. It's going to be too visible. I would like just to reduce that transparency, just so it's barely visible. If you kind of have to take a close look to see. The next thing I would recommend is to try to take this pattern and make it more appropriate, more versatile more consistent with the shapes we have here. Right here we have triangles, but over here we've got rectangles. We've got many different polygons. And I think by sticking with triangles will reinforce that connection further. So I recommend doing that. Also, the way this is shaped is the space between the triangles is much less here. The white lines here are much more pronounced. So I would just try to create a higher visual consistency with this design element here and this portion of the monogram. Okay, so other than that, I think that looks pretty good. I think that, okay, so now let's move to the business card. So I think one of the smart things in the business card is the business card is taking on the same visual attributes as the letterhead. In other words, we've got the same logo. Logo is to the upper left-hand corner, and then you've got that whole black vertical bar spanning the length, the height of the picture plane. Then you're repeating that right here. That's smart. Very good. Same thing with the consistency right there. And then a business card, of course, you're going to have the name of the person whose card it is. You're going to put their name, their title, name of the company, address, telephone number. You should have a URL and an email address as well on there as well as, believe it or not, people still use fax machines, so you may want to include a fax number on there as well. Now, this is an inconsistency right here, okay? You're showing a different version of the logo, which is fine. It's fine to have a lockup that goes on a light colored background, but for matter of consistency in the business card itself, I would use a completely black background with this logo placed right there. Envelope looks good. Envelope looks great. My only recommendation with the envelope is to include contact information, at least the return address. At the very least, the return address. You could theoretically, if you don't want to add it there, you could theoretically add it on the back of the envelope as well. But I think it's more readily accessible here. I think people mostly look to the front of the envelope for return address. All right, so great job. Like I said, a great job taking chances. So, okay, at this point, this is where I ask you to do something for me. Okay, so Katie, I just want to ask you to take a second to take the course survey. Okay, I'm in that course announcements area. You should have received an email regarding the course survey too. But here in the announcements area, right below the welcome to welcome to milestone 6, there's this announcement called Please Take the Course Survey. And I describe why it's so important. And then here's the information to take the course survey. It only takes a second or so. Katie, listen, you've been pretty much a model student. I think you've done a fantastic job in the class. And your level of effort is very impressive. And I think your level of engagement has been very impressive in the class. Therefore, it's very important to me that you share your opinions on the class. I won't read these opinions. I mean, I won't read the survey. I'll read the comments, but I won't know what student they're coming from. So anonymity is important, and if that's something that's important to you, please be assured of that. But I think it's just really important to share your opinions. You're a great student, and I think that it's very, very important for students like yourselves to share their opinions. So it's important for all students to share their opinions on the level of instruction. And also talk about the level of instruction. Are you satisfied with the level of instruction you've received in the class? Are you satisfied with the general structure and layout of the class itself and delivery? If so, then give a favorable review. If not, please be honest in your opinions. But the point is please take a minute to take that course survey. All right. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, of course, I'm right here, so please let me know. Thank you.